Fresh off his first ever loss as a head coach, Shane Steichen spoke to the media today via Zoom. He talked about kind of what he's got to do better. He talked about the team, how he feels about it, whether they're going to take a look around the league, see if they can find another running back, whether Jonathan Taylor was at Lucas Oil Stadium yesterday or not. Shane Steichen, you could tell that he hadn't gotten a lot of sleep. That's one thing you could tell. That's one thing you can always tell about coaches. When they lose, they don't get a lot of sleep. Shane Steichen said interesting things today.
I'll just start off just recapping the game. Looking through it, I thought our guys played hard. Obviously, a lot of details to clean up. Thought defensively, our guys did a hell of a job. You know, Buck played really good. Zaire, Shaq. I thought all those guys played hard, put us in position a lot of the times. And then we just got to be, more efficient on first, second down offensively. And then obviously the third downs, we got to get those things cleaned up so we can keep the ball moving. With that, I'll open up with questions.
We'll start with chat.
Coach, with the fourth downs, I mean, sometimes it's late in the game or whatever, and you go for it, but you went early in plus territory. Is that just trying to set a tone? What did you see to convince you to do that as opposed to maybe the first one, a field goal?
Yeah, I think that one right there was 4th and inches. You know what I mean? And I think, we got to do a good job of converting there. 4th and inches, probably going for it a lot there with 4th and inches. I think we got to get that there. And then the other ones, the 4th and 2 and the 4th and 4, we were at the 42 on both of those. And you're either looking at, a 61-yard field goal, 60-yard field goal there, which is a long field goal. Or, obviously, punting there in that situation in the plus territory. Are there times you can punt? Yeah, absolutely. And I'll look through those things and always evaluate those things going into every week.
You consider yourself an aggressive coach?
Yeah, at times. I think the game will dictate that, just seeing where our team was at right there. And I felt good with those calls and those situations. Obviously, we didn't convert there. And anytime you don't convert, obviously, do you think you want to do it differently? Yeah, sometimes.
Thanks, Coach.
Raven.
There were so many eyes on the play of the offensive line, more specifically Bernard Ryman. How do you think he performed yesterday?
I thought Bernie played really good. I thought he had a solid game. Obviously, year 2, just coming in there, he played physical. He was good on the edges. I thought he was pretty good in the run game with his part of it. But I thought he played solid.
Jake?
Yeah, on that hookup that Anthony and Josh had for like 20 yards down there near the red zone, it looked like that might have been an option route from Josh, kind of sold the outside really well. That obviously takes a lot of trust between quarterback and receiver. How much do those guys work on things like that?
No, a lot. It was good by Anthony too there. They brought pressure right there, so he was hot. And, Josh saw it and broke inside, the end breaking route, and they're dropping another backer outside. So it was a tight window throw. Just to be on the same page there to get that explosive play was really good to see by both of those guys.
With Anthony, I'm losing my voice, so bear with me. With Anthony, when Anthony makes, has those moments where he's making a play, and obviously you guys fell short yesterday, but just what does it do just in terms of, just permeating belief and, inspiring kind of the rest of the team in general when you're getting that from your quarterback?
Yeah, there's no question. Obviously, when he can make big plays, obviously it gets a lot of confidence in the team in general. Just his scramble ability when he gets outside the pocket. Obviously we hit some, quarterback design runs there early. And then obviously the one in the red zone we scored on. But you can just see his physical ability that he brings to the table, even on that 4th and 5 down there in that 2-minute drive to scramble and get that thing, and break a tackle there to get the first down was pretty impressive.
James?
Shane, how would you assess the offensive line, particularly in the run game, and just how much of it do you think is, still adjusting to a new scheme, but also, just I guess having to be a little bit better?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. Again, I said this to the team. It starts with myself. I got to be better there in those situations. Obviously, we got to run it better. 65 yards on the ground. We got to be more efficient there. I thought those guys played hard. Again, we got to be better. We got to go look at the tape again like we just did. But we got to do a better job, especially myself and in general, cleaning those things up.
JJ?
Shane, you kind of talked about it after the game yesterday, but when you went back and watched the film, what did you think of Anthony's decision making to take some of those underneath throws and checkdowns with the amount of zone that he was facing?
Yeah, no, I thought he did a really nice job for his first time out there. I think he completed right 65%, out there. I thought he was good in the pocket, checked the ball down when he needed to check it down when they didn't give us the shots. But I thought he saw the field really well. He was calm in the pocket. Overall, I mean, really solid performance by him first time out there.
Kevin.
Shane, 24 hours later, how did Anthony come out of the game just physically? Will he be good to go this week?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he had the knee he was dealing with during the game. And then he just had a little bit of ankle soreness this morning. But like at the end of the game, like he could have went in those last two plays, but just for precaution reasons, just left him out, those last two plays.
And then running back wise, with Evan getting banged up, Deion's game yesterday, do you expect you guys to make any move running back wise this week?
Yeah, I mean, we're always evaluating everything. You know what I mean? We're looking through stuff. Chris and his staff do a heck of a job looking through those. So we'll be evaluating all that.
Coach, how do you get defenses out of those zone looks when they want to drop back the way they did, as much as they did? How can you get them to bring more guys up into the box and maybe give Anthony some different looks?
Well, I think that's dictated on what the defense wants to do personally. If they want to play the zone, they're going to play the zone. I think that's the defensive coordinator's call to play those things.
Joel.
Was Zach Moss close? He was questionable and then doubtful and then obviously inactive. Was he pretty close to playing last week?
Yeah, he like I said last week, he is progressing in the right direction, and it's the same deal this week. He's still progressing well.
Chat.
Do you have an update, Coach, on Evan Hall?
Yeah, he's just dealing with the knee. He could miss some time. We'll see. We're always just looking through those things. So we'll have an update later.
Thank you.
All right.
Ken.
Hey, Shane, you say it starts with you. You need to be better. What specifically does that mean?
I think just with everything, you know what I mean? Just like little things, when to call the right thing at the right time. There's certain things, and I just think it's just the accountability part of it. You know what I mean? When things don't go right, I want to put it's all on my shoulders. That's how I look at it. Leading these guys in the right direction, holding guys accountable, and it starts with myself.
We'll finish here with James.
Shane, I couldn't tell from obviously being in the press box. Was Jonathan Taylor at the game yesterday? Was he on the sideline, or where was he?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
I felt the need to ask the question, what specifically does it mean when coaches take responsibility? They do it a lot, and very few of them are very specific about it, and I kind of wanted to know, and I think that Shane Steichen's kind of an honest guy. In fact, I think he's a very honest guy. So I thought I'd ask, and I thought that the answer, still vague, but kind of interesting. He's got to be better at his job. He wants the guys to know that he's accountable first, and it's not all kick the players in the ass for not executing. If there's a lack of execution, some of that responsibility belongs to the coaches too. And I think that that's what Shane Steichen was saying. Now it's time to put last week in the rearview mirror and get ready for Houston. I think that's got to be one of the tough things about coaching is, okay, it's time to stop kicking my own ass and start getting a team ready with some optimism to go play someplace else and somebody else and hopefully even this thing out at 1-1. We saw a lot of football games yesterday, and none of them ended in ties. So 16 teams are 0-1, 16 teams are 1-0. You do not want to get off to an 0-2 start, and the Colts have kind of made a habit of doing that. Let's see if they can get back to basics, back to fundamentals, figure out how to knock people down, offensive linemen, find holes, running backs, and move that ball and move those chains. You get a lead, you got to be able to protect that lead. Throw to score, run to win. Shane Steichen said it in his first media availability, and that's what the Colts need to do.